Hi guys, today we are reviewing an ICE 017597 watch. In the review we'll be going through the style, features as well as dimensions. So without further ado, let's get started. So as is customary with most ICE watches, we do get a nice ICE box. It's in the same colour and style as the watch, so you've got this lovely green along the top. On the side it tells us the model number and shows us a little picture. We've got a spare retainer in the box, so in case the other one gets broken or you want fancy a different style or different look, there's one spare in here. And then you've got a very basic local warranty card. Now sometimes there's an instruction book, sometimes there isn't. In this case there isn't with this one. We've got a new tag though on this one, so they've now gone green, and their packaging is made of 50% recycled plastics, so they're doing their bit for the environment. If we come to the watch itself, if you can see, the watch is a black silicone watch. It has a silver stroke chrome crown on the side, but it's an all-in-one piece, so the case flows into the bracelet stroke strap, which you can see has got these little lug marks on it. On the other side you've got a little marker, which you have on quite a few of these ICE watches, just to show you some of the colour, just to stand out a little bit different. We have a stainless steel clasp, and on the end of this you've got a little notch to keep it in place. When you open it up you can see that the inside of the strap is very bright. It's a very bright luminous greeny yellow. We've got the design on here, and we've also got the ICE logo on the other side. We have a retainer in yellow green as well. This, as I said, is secondary to the black one. You can have it as black or you can have it as this sort of very bright lime green. It's up to you. I prefer the brighter colour, so that's why I've got the lime green one on there. But as you can see with the strap, we've got an awful lot of adjustment points, and it's very well marked and very well pressed out. The back of the watch just basically tells us what it is. It's an ICE watch. They're manufactured in China but designed in Belgium, and that it's water resistant to 10 atoms or 100 meters. Now if you come to the face of this watch, it is a little bit unusual for some of the ICE watches from the past. Initially the watch looked a little bit like some of the silicone ones I've had previously that I've reviewed, but this watch is from the Pierre Leclercq range. Pierre Leclercq watches were designed by the same guy that designs the BMW cars and other ICE watches. He and the ICE manufacturers come from the same place in Belgium. So there are other watches in this range, but all of these watches feature this dipped bezel. So you've got markers in a beautiful light green here, and it tapers inwards into the glass or the crystal. You've got numbers around the edge, 20, 30, 40, 50. They mean nothing, it is just purely for fashion because it isn't a timing watch and it hasn't got a chronograph, but we'll come back to that. It then goes into another shoulder inside the face, and on that shoulder you've got little white markings, and then you've got your very bright acidy green hour markers and hour numbers. Now unusually for this watch, and unusually for ICE watches, the numbers are actually raised, so the 3, 9 and 6 and the 12 marker are actually raised from the face. And this is also true for the hour markers. As you can see, they stand quite prominent away from the face of the watch, which is a grey camouflage face. We also have a date window. It's quite dark and quite small. Down in the corner down here between the 4 and the 5 we've got white numerals on a black background for the date window, and on the front it tells us it's an ICE watch, and it says 10 atoms water resistant as well. We also have bright green on the hands and the second hand, but strangely enough none of this watch glows in the dark. There isn't a single piece of it that is illuminated or glows in any way, although it is incredibly bright when you look at it compared to the background, which is a dark grey and black. Then it does stand out quite a bit, but none of it glows for some strange reason. You'd expect something to glow, but oddly enough nothing does. Now as I was saying, this is part of the Pierre Leclercq range. They do a few watches in this style and different colours and different styles, but they first released the Pierre Leclercq watches as chronographs. So they do quite a few chronographs as well in different colours, and there's one in a similar colour to this, although it doesn't have the camouflage face. What you will find though on the chronograph watches, they don't have the raised numbers. They still have raised markers, but the numbers aren't there. They're just markers because they've got the dials in them. So a slightly different look to the face on those ones. So if we come to the sizes, the face of this watch, because it's inset, the face is 29mm, the case is 40mm, with the crown it works out about 44, and because it's an integrated strap it sort of does taper a bit, but when you get to sort of the sort of meat of it, the standard size here is 20mm. The watch thickness, it looks a lot thicker than it actually is because you've got this sort of like twin colour between the black and the luminously greeny colour. So it's only 12mm deep. It's got quite a flush fitting stainless steel back. Weight wise, it weighs 78 grams. So it's quite a hefty watch for an ICE watch in silicon. It's all silicon with a stainless steel back. But it is very, very comfortable because it's an all-in-one piece. It is a very, very comfortable watch to wear on the wrist. Really nice, stands out and looks very good. I do like this watch and I like the range of them as well. I've seen the others now. There's a couple of the other colours and the chronographs I quite fancy the look of, so I may end up getting some of those as well, or I'll try to hunt some out anyway.